let's jump right in. We're tackling a huge decision that a lot of companies are facing right now: how to actually implement SAP S4HANA for transportation management. And trust me, this isn't just some IT decision. It's a major strategic move that's going to shape how you operate for years to come.
To really simplify things, it all boils down to this one question. You know your supply chain needs a new, more powerful engine. The real choice is, are you going to go out, buy all the parts, and build that engine yourself? Or are you going to subscribe to a top-of-the-line engine service? Let's break down what that actually means for your business.
So first, what are we really talking about here? Well, SAP S4HANA for Transportation Management is basically the new central nervous system for all your logistics. But its real magic isn't just in managing trucks and ships. It's in how it connects those moving pieces to every other part of your business, seamlessly.
And that brings us to the first big idea here. This is all about connection. The true power of this system isn't what it does in a silo, it's how it talks to everything else. Think of it less like a single piece of software and more like the central hub for your entire operation.
So what does that integration actually look like? Well, imagine your transportation plan is a big gear in the middle of a machine. When a sale happens in your sales and distribution system, that gear turns. When something moves in the warehouse, that's your EWM, the gear turns again. It creates this perfect flow where your logistics are always in sync with your money and your sales. It even links up with things like event management for real-time tracking and global trade services, or GTS, to handle all that tricky cross-border compliance stuff.
And this is why this whole decision is so critical. It has massive ripple effects. This quote really nails it. You're not just picking a tool for your logistics team, you are choosing the foundational technology platform that your entire business is going to be built on. Which leads us to the absolute core of the choice. Before you even get into the weeds of public clouds versus private clouds, you have to answer a much more basic question. Are you looking to buy a product, or are you looking to subscribe to a service?
On one hand, you've got the product model. This is the classic way of doing things, right? You buy the software license, you own the rights to use it forever, and you install it on your own servers in your own building. On the other hand, you've got the service model. This is all about subscription. You pay as you go for access, and it's all delivered to you as a managed service, usually over the cloud.
And here's the best analogy to understand the difference. Buying the product is like buying a house. You have total control. You can paint the walls, knock down a wall, build an extension, it's all yours. But you're also responsible for everything. When the roof leaks or the plumbing breaks, that's on you. Renting the service is like moving into a high-end, fully managed apartment. You can't just start knocking down walls, but the building management handles all the maintenance, the security, the infrastructure. Your job is just to live and work there. So now let's put these two models head to head. This is the classic versus cloud showdown. We're going to really dig into the practical trade-offs of our house versus apartment analogy.
This table really lays it all out pretty clearly, and you start to see a pattern, right? Look at the product column on the left. You see the word customer over and over and over. Responsibility, maintenance, risk, it's all on you. Now look at the service model on the right. That responsibility is shared, it's distributed, it's offloaded to the provider. Let's break down a few of the biggest differences.
Okay, let's talk money, because that's a big one. The classic model is what's called a capital expenditure. It's a huge upfront cost to buy everything. Plus, you have to watch out for those hidden costs that pop up with customizations. The cloud model, on the other hand, is an operational expense. It's a predictable monthly or yearly subscription fee that's just a whole lot easier to budget for.
Now, what about the day-to-day work, the actual effort? If you go the classic route, your team is on the hook for everything. The initial installation, all the ongoing maintenance, fixing bugs, applying security patches, and handling those massive upgrade projects. With the cloud model, that workload is split. The provider takes care of all the heavy lifting, which frees up your team to focus on things that actually grow the business, not just keep the lights on.
And that leads directly to the people you need on your team. The classic model demands a bench of really deep, specialized technical experts to keep it all running. And those people can be hard to find and pretty expensive to keep. The cloud model totally shifts the focus. Since the provider is handling the deep technical stuff, your team gets to focus on functional skills, configuring the system to actually meet your business needs. And those skills are often much easier to find and scale up.
Okay, so you've weighed the pros and cons of buying the house versus renting the apartment. That big initial decision between service and product now leads you to the final concrete options for how you're actually going to deploy this thing.
Ultimately, it all boils down to one of these three paths. On-premise, well, that's the product model. That's you buying the house. The two cloud options are your service models, and the difference is simple. Public cloud is like that apartment in a huge building with lots of other tenants. Private cloud is like renting a private, standalone house. It's still a managed service, but you get more privacy and control.
And this right here is the main takeaway. That big strategic choice you make up front, do we want a product or a service, that decision directly points you to which of these three paths makes sense for you. It's a journey from a high-level business question all the way down to a specific technical plan that has to fit your company's strategy.
So, here we are, right back where we started. You're choosing the engine for your company's future. Are you going to build it yourself with total control and, let's be honest, total responsibility? Or are you going to subscribe to a managed service where you trade a little bit of that control for more speed, predictability, and a lot less overhead?
You know, trying to figure out the SAP product landscape